Tēnā koutou katoa, ka pohi wahine Bab Cornea ahau, kei te mahi au, i te aoranga hau. Kei inoi tātou. E te atua kaharawa, te kaihanga o te rangi, o te whenua, o te rā o ngā mea katoa. E taka tū ana i runga i te mata o te whenua. Tēnei mātou ka tū atu i mua i a koe, kia tau mai tau wairua tapu. Kei te enoi hoki mātou i tēnei wā, kia haere pai ai tā mātou hui whakahirihira i tēnei wā. Hei āwhina mai hoki, kia haere tika tō mātou mahi i roto i ngā rā e heke mai nei, o te rā ngā wā katoa. Murua o mātou hara, mahau anō hoki e whakahau o mātou ngākau. Kia tūpono hoki mātou i a koe, ko koe hoki tō mātou piringa, tō mātou kaha, kai āwhina i ngā wā katoa. E enoi atu nei i runga te ingoa tapu o tō mātou ariki. Āmine.
Engineering is everywhere. It keeps us healthy, gives us a home, gets us around, helps us communicate, entertains us, keeps us powered, opens our eyes to what's possible, and does a whole lot more. But behind every great piece of engineering are not just great engineers, but great stories. Stories of perseverance, of searching in the unknown for an answer, of not being afraid to try something new, of revolutionising Aotearoa's approach to climate change, of never looking back but always forwards, to how things can be done faster and smarter, to help engineer a better life for all New Zealanders. Today, we'll share these stories from the best of New Zealand engineering, to celebrate those leading the way in crafting new paths. Mā mua ka kitea muri, mā muri ka ora mua. Those who lead give sight to those who follow. Those who follow give life to those who lead. So get ready to begin the journey as we bring you the Engineering New Zealand ENVI Awards 2021.
The pen.
Tēnā tātou katoa, no mai, haere mai to the Engineering New Zealand ENVI Awards for 2021. Ko Kara Rickard tōku ingoa, my name is Kara Rickard, and nōku te waimarie, te whakapāho atu kia koutou i tēnei rā, ēnei mahi tino whakahirahira. I'm excited to be with you for around the next hour or so as we celebrate the best in New Zealand engineering. This is only the second ever ENVI Awards and the first time it's being brought to you as a live online TV show. So thank you for tuning in and joining us today wherever around the country you are. There's engineering companies holding staff viewing parties all over the motu, and we'll be zooming in to see the award finalists and winners throughout the show. And we'd really love to see photos of you and where you're watching from today, so please share on social media using the hashtag ENVI Awards. But first, I think it's time we check in with some of the Te Ao Rangaho branch events being held in the Bay of Plenty, Manawatu, Wellington, the west coast of the South Island and Christchurch. Kia ora e te whānau, it's great to see you all enjoying your wonderful viewing parties. What a great way to spend the afternoon celebrating engineering In New Zealand, a huge mihi to those involved with organising all the viewing events as well, being held around the country. Without the time and effort you've put in, today's show wouldn't be half as special as it's going to be. And so, on to the reason why we're all here, the awards. Today we'll find out the winners of the 9 ENVI Awards, and then one will win the coveted Te Ao Rangahau Supreme Award. So let's get the show underway with our first category.
Student Engineer of the Year. For some, they are writing the first pages of their own engineering story, learning and growing during their time as an undergraduate engineering student, ready and eager to begin their first steps in a life to help shape the future Aotearoa. And so, for the ENVI's Student Engineer of the Year Award, we're looking for that special person who demonstrates outstanding design and innovation in their final year tertiary project.
Kia ora koutou, my name's Matt Simpson. I'm an engineer at Xero and a former recipient of the Student Engineer of the Year Award. I'm really excited to be here today, having experienced firsthand the validation being a recipient can bring. It was particularly special to be recognised in the field of software engineering as it continues to evolve and provide exciting examples of engineering excellence. Engineering students represent the future of the profession, so it's fantastic to see the breadth of skills, knowledge and innovation being celebrated today. And so, here are the finalists for the Student Engineer of the Year Award.
Francis Pook. Novel design for tracheostomy, University of Canterbury. Through innovative design, significant iteration, clinical consultation and extensive testing, Francis has successfully delivered a highly simplified tracheostomy device and procedure. The scope of impact for this design is huge. Omar Mustafa. Milk cooling, University of Auckland. Backed up by comprehensive economic analysis and a pilot trial, the result is an innovative, cost and energy-efficient design for milk cooling technology. Omar was behind the design and assembly of a one-of-a-kind heat exchanger. He demonstrated a staged approach to technical design development that was well managed and responsive to an emergent real-world problem. His design is holistic, matching technical rigour with economic and financial assessment.
Kia ora to our finalists who I can see joining us right now from their viewing parties, and well done to you both. And now, the winner of the Student Engineer of the Year Award is Francis Pook, Novel Design for Tracheostomy, University of Canterbury.
Francis Pook. Novel design for tracheostomy, University of Canterbury. Francis is a mechanical engineering student who navigated medical device design challenges with exceptional ease, developing an elegant solution and potentially life-saving device. From car crashes to the battlefield, securing a viable airway after a major injury is critical to patient survival. Tracheostomies are the best choice for bypassing severely compromised airways to insert a breathing tube. But they're rarely performed because of the procedure's high complication rate. Reinventing tracheostomies to significantly decrease complexity and risk could transform apprehensive doctors and paramedics into experts with minimal training. Francis has achieved this by delivering a simpler, intuitive design to help responders perform life-saving care without hesitation. The judges said this could have an impact on a global level.
Congratulations, Francis, and now let's move on to the next category.
Engineering Creativity Award. There are those in life who are happy to go about their business the way it's always been, picking up that same old book from the shelf every day. But life shouldn't stand still. And so, It's to those ripping up the rulebook and finding new ways to work that we turn. For the ENVI's Engineering Creativity Award, we're looking for a project or product where art, design, technology and engineering collide to create something eye-catching, disruptive and different to the norm.
Kia ora tātou, ko Mark Evans, tōku ingoa, kei Heb Construction ahau I mahi ana. So as CEO, I can say that Heb's promotion of the engineering profession and support of the ENVIs is one of the few times a year when humility is pushed aside and allows us all to positively reinforce the great work that engineers do. At Heb Construction, we delight in the blend of design, technology, engineering and budget, and that's seeing us more and more involved in early contractor involvement projects. However, it's when the creative excellence is added that the magic really happens. When engineers and non-engineers openly and respectfully innovate to turn creative intent into reality, it should be wildly celebrated. And now, here are the finalists for the Engineering Creativity Award.
Life in plastic, it's fantastic. 3D printed anatomical models. The Creative Design and Additive Manufacturing Lab, University of Auckland. The medical community has long needed better tools to visualise medical conditions, do surgical planning and educate medical students. And these stunning 3D visualisations have filled that need. Scion's Te Wharenui o Tū Te Ata. Dunning Thornton. Scion's striking building, Te Wharenui o Tū Te Ata, is an engineer's dream. It's both stiff and ductile, and showcases innovative technologies for large buildings and timber that are climate-friendly, earthquake-resilient, and cost-effective. Te Ahi Tupua. Gurit Composite Engineering. The majestic spiralling sculpture, Te Ahi Tupua, developed by a team from New Zealand Māori Arts and Craft Institute, is the new cultural waharoa to the city of Rotorua. With design elements taken from traditional carvings, the 12-metre-tall sculpture is made from modern materials using advanced engineering analysis and manufacturing techniques.
No mai, welcome to all our finalists. It's great to see you all celebrating together. And don't forget, wherever you are watching, we'd love to see your photos and thoughts on social media using the hashtag ENVI Awards. But now, the winner of the Engineering Creativity Award is Life in Plastic, it's fantastic. 3D printed anatomical models, the Creative Design and Additive Manufacturing Lab, Auckland University.
Life in Plastic, it's fantastic. 3D printed anatomical models, the Creative Design and Additive Manufacturing Lab, University of Auckland. These incredible world-first 3D printed full-colour anatomical visualisation tools represent true science and double as beautiful works of art. Professor Olaf Diegel and his team have created an exemplar of how engineering is integral to every industry and plays an important role in the global medical community. The highly accurate models are made from combinations of clear and coloured material, reproducing anatomical models in stunning levels of detail with every bone, organ and vein visible. The judges said, this has the potential to have a massive impact on higher medical research and future surgical training in both Aotearoa and the rest of the world.
Wow, that sure is incredibly creative. I loved how you celebrated that there too, and congratulations to all the team on your award. Let's find out what's next.
Young Engineer of the Year. It's not always about how many stories you have, but the quality of the stories you can tell. And so, for the ENVI's Young Engineer of the Year award, we're looking for someone new to the profession who has a passion for community, thrives on leading others, and is making New Zealanders' lives better from the work they do.
Hi, my name's Mike and I'm on the executive team for MAS. At MAS we're just a little bit different, and it's because when you choose MAS, you own us. We love looking after our owners. and everything we do now is actually geared up to inspire a healthier Aotearoa. It's why we're proud to be connected to the engineering community. It's why we're proud to sponsor these awards. The engineering community has some amazing young talent coming through, so I thank you for the impact you're having on our society. So, without further ado, here are the nominees for the ENVI Awards 2021 MAS Young Engineer of the Year.
Akshat Malhotra, Becca. Akshat has a desire to leave a long-lasting handprint on engineering. He's driven to making a significant contribution to the industry and developing the next generation of engineers. He connects with migrant engineers, helping them overcome language barriers and cultural differences. Since joining Becca in 2015, Akshat's transitioned to a leader among his peers, delivering major projects that involve multidisciplinary engineering design. Jonathan Chambers, Harrison Grierson. Jonathan is an environmental engineer and an outstanding young leader and communicator. His relentless enthusiasm and drive extend far beyond his specialist skills in flood hazard management, water-sensitive urban design, community-scale climate resilience, and sustainability. He leads embedding integrated sustainability decision-making across the organisation and puts sustainability at the heart of design and advisory services. Jess Orkwood, WSP. Jess is a vibrant, dedicated and self-driven individual who embodies what it means to be an engineer. She's contributed to and influenced various successful projects, embeds herself in her community and is highly respected. With just 6 years' experience, Jess is already recognised as a future leader and is actively involved in many organisations. She's consistently advocating for good structural engineering practice and is not afraid to challenge the status quo. Danny Rassam, Royal New Zealand Navy. Danny typifies what it means to be an engineering role model. He's held key roles within the Royal New Zealand Navy and has been recognised as an outstanding engineering officer. At such an early stage of his professional career, Danny has shown extraordinary talent and has held positions from large-scale project management roles to high-profile engagement and leadership positions for the NZDF.
Kia ora and thank you to the finalists for being with us today. Danny, I love what your hype crew are doing in the back there with all of that tinsel. The judges wanted to make a special mention to say how hard they found it to pick a winner, as you're all doing exceptional mahi in your fields and are the future leaders in the engineering profession. But there can only be one winner, and the winner of the Young Engineer of the Year award is Jonathan Chambers from Harrison Grierson.
Jonathan Chambers, Harrison Grierson. Deeply concerned about the impact of climate change and the growing wealth and well-being inequalities in Aotearoa, Jonathan believes it's vital intergenerational perspectives be heard on challenging national issues. In 2019, aged 24, Jonathan was appointed to the Harrison Grierson board as Emerging Director, a 12-month role only held previously by senior staff. His contribution has been significant. His work as an environmental engineer involves developing catchment management plans and flood models to understand the impact of new developments on people, property, and the environment. He describes climate change as an existential crisis and believes young perspectives must be heard on this critical issue. The judges said, Jonathan is a real leader in climate change and is actually working to make a difference.
This is the Te Ao Rangahau ENVI Awards 2021 coming to you live online. Ka pai e ngā mihi, Jonathan, for winning the Young Engineer of the Year award. And now let's move on to the next category.
Engineering Diversity Award. For too long, the engineering profession has not fully reflected the communities it serves. And when it comes to storytelling, the more colourful and varied the pages, the more likely we are to continue reading. So, for the ENVI's Engineering Diversity Award, we're looking for an organisation that lives and breathes the power of a truly inclusive and diverse workplace, workforce or engineering community.
Kia ora. I'm Mimi O'Callaghan from Te Aorangaho and the Diversity Agenda. We're proud of the work we're doing to help engineering become more diverse and inclusive, and have seen so many firms doing great things to help bring change to the profession. So now, here are the finalists for the Engineering Diversity Award.
Jacobs. Jacobs live inclusion and expect all colleagues, clients and partners to do the same. They lead by example and hold people to account for their actions, creating a culture of positive change. They recognise the importance of Aotearoa's Māori heritage and are adapting solutions to be inclusive of Te Ao Māori, to engage with Māori and other stakeholders throughout project life cycles, ensuring solutions fit everyone in the communities they serve. South Pacific Professional Engineers for Excellence. SPECS focus on supporting and encouraging Māori and Pasifika professional engineers in New Zealand, the Pacific and beyond. SPECS is shining a light and creating a hub for Indigenous engineers through support, challenging members to aspire to senior roles, offering mentoring services and celebrating their identities and contributions to Aotearoa. Oricon. Oricon believes humanity depends on engineering and recognises the profession has a broader stewardship role to play. Oricon operates with a huge range of partners and has a strong commitment from their senior leadership, bringing in experts to upskill them. They're delivering on their authentic promise of diversity and inclusion, which is making a significant impact on their employees.
Kia ora to all our finalists. It's so wonderful to see you all hanging out this afternoon for these awards. All right, the winner of the Engineering Diversity Award is Oricon.
Experts to upskill them. They're delivering on their authentic promise. Oricon. By recruiting and inspiring a diverse workforce, Oricon is creating an inclusive, high-performing culture where everyone can be their full, authentic selves. Oricon were the first New Zealand engineering consultancy to offer shared care, giving Oricon families more choice when considering who takes on childcare responsibilities in their home. They also were the first engineering consultancy to be Rainbow Tick accredited. Last year, Oricon launched its New Zealand Diversity and Inclusion Network, which includes 5 pillars focused on gender diversity, Te Ao Māori, LGBTI+ inclusion, accessibility and disabilities, and cultural diversity. The judges said they have a strong local focus and are standing out in terms of their journey towards diversity.
Massive congratulations and mihi to Oricon for picking up the Engineering Diversity Award. And a special mention to the SPECS team. The judges wanted to give this small non-for-profit organisation recognition for the incredible and much needed work they are doing to increase Māori and Pasifika representation in the engineering profession. A huge congratulations on being a finalist here at the ENVIs, and let's hope all those watching throw their support behind this much needed initiative. And now, let's let the next category roll.
Engineering Impact Award. Engineering plays a critical role in New Zealand life and can be seen and experienced in almost everything that we do. It's also integral to changing the way we do things, to make our lives better, healthier and happier, so we can all tell new and exciting stories. And so, for the ENVI's Engineering Impact Award, we're looking for a project or initiative which has positive social, environmental, cultural or economic outcomes to a community, to an iwi, to society or the environment.
Kia ora koutou. I'm Richard Templar, Chief Executive of Te Ao Rangaho. The 2 years since the last ENVI Awards has seen an incredible range of challenges for our profession, but the impact engineering has around the world continues to be vital. Right here in New Zealand, we've seen some amazing projects which will have a positive effect both now and for our future. So, here are the finalists for the Engineering Impact Award.
Rosedale Wastewater Treatment Plant, Floating Solar Array, Water Care and Vector Power Smart. This landmark system signals an important milestone for solar power in Aotearoa. It's our only floating solar array and has over 2,700 panels covering nearly 1 hectare that float on the treatment lake at the Rosedale Wastewater Treatment Plant. It's a real, visible example of an exciting green energy solution in the heart of Auckland. The National Climate Change Risk Assessment. A consortium of ACOM, Tonkin and Taylor, NIWA, Latitude, Victoria University of Wellington, Lincoln University and several independent consultants. The National Climate Change Risk Assessment is a major milestone in New Zealand's climate change response. For the first time, the top priority risks we face concerning climate change have been defined. Its vision is to ensure the entire nation is resilient to the impacts of climate change in the long term. Te Hono, New Plymouth Airport Terminal. Beka and Puketapu Hapu. Te Hono was a significant project for the Taranaki region that's distinctly Taranaki. The collaboration between Beka and Puketapu Hapu is one to be proud of and sets a high standard for future iwi collaborations. Te Hono is an expression of the land and its people, rich in meaning and cultural significance. The project is an example on how to truly embrace partnership with mana whenua. The Pukekohe Wastewater Treatment Plant. Watercare, Stantec, Beka and the joint venture of McConnell Dowell and Heb Construction. The Pukekohe Wastewater Treatment Plant upgrade has set a new standard for discharge quality in New Zealand and set a benchmark for local iwi consultation. In turn, they've designed and constructed the most sophisticated wastewater treatment plant in Aotearoa. The team was committed to the vision of restoring the lower reaches of the Waikato River to its former swimmable, fishable and drinkable glory and acknowledged the deeply important relationship of the Waikato iwi with the river.
Kia ora everyone and thank you for joining us. I also just want to give a special mihi to the members of the Puketapu Hapu who are joining us together with Beka from New Plymouth today. All right. The winner of the Engineering Impact Award is the National Climate Change Risk Assessment, a consortium of ACOM, Tonkin and Taylor, NIWA, Latitude, Victoria University of Wellington, Lincoln University and several independent consultants.
The National Climate Change Risk Assessment. A consortium of ACOM, Tonkin and Taylor, NIWA, Latitude, Victoria University of Wellington, Lincoln University and several independent consultants. As a critical and core tool for the future of New Zealand, there's no area of society that the National Climate Change Risk Assessment will not touch. It gives a national overview of how New Zealand may be affected by climate change-related hazards and identifies the main risks and opportunities. It highlights information gaps and helps identify where the government needs to focus its actions. It'll inform all facets of New Zealand's adaptation plan. Designed for practical application, it's already informed the Climate Change Commission's report and will shape government policy, assist central agencies to make key decisions, and flow into the work of iwi, hapu, and local government. The judges said, the nature and scale of what this could potentially mean to New Zealand in the future made the National Climate Change Risk Assessment the winner.
Well done to all involved. And we're seeing some great posts on social media using the hashtag ENVI Awards, so do get involved to share your viewing photos and comments on today's show. So, shall we see what's next?
Engineering Education Award. Aotearoa needs more engineers, a lot more engineers. And those who share their stories to the next generation are the ones making sure the well doesn't run dry. And so, for the ENVI's Engineering Education Award, we're looking for an individual, academic institution or organisation who has delivered inspiring engineering education that has had enduring positive impact for engineers, students or tamariki.
Kia ora koutou, I'm Katie McGrath. I'm a teacher at Northland School in Wellington and a proud participant in Engineering New Zealand's Wonder Project. The Wonder Project is such a hands-on, practical way to involve everyone in my class in STEM learning. The children absolutely love building their rockets and adapting them as they learn more about rocketry. The children are already talking about different types of engineering and the variety of jobs within the industry. And now, here are the finalists for the Engineering Education Award.
Professor Susan Crumdyke, the University of Canterbury. Susan is at the cutting edge of engineering academia, showcasing New Zealand engineering education internationally. Her development and offering of energy transition engineering and her world-first development of an online micro-credential for professional engineers are major innovative developments. Professor Alessandro Palermo, the University of Canterbury. Alessandro has a unique ability to inspire, challenge and connect with engineering students. This ability is backed up by dedication and a passion for providing the highest quality learning opportunities for students. He's more than a lecturer with a passion for bridges. He inspires his students to think out of the box, be creative and use their passion and motivation to build the impossible. University of Auckland's Faculty of Engineering, Te Herenga Mātai Pūkaha. The University of Auckland's 32,000 metre square B405 building provides the Faculty of Engineering, Te Herenga Mātai Pūkaha, with a new home. A research and learning facility designed to empower future generations of engineers. It's the most complex building the university has ever developed and has earned a reputation as one of the best facilities of its kind in Australasia, helping to raise the profile of engineering in New Zealand.
Kia ora finalists and welcome to the show. It's great to see such a huge turnout, everyone to support the kaupapa today. All right, the winner of the Engineering Education Award is Professor Susan Crumdyke from the University of Canterbury.
Professor Susan Crumdyke, the University of Canterbury. Transition engineering is required for effective action on climate change and for building a sustainable future. Professor Crumdyke's Energy Transition Engineering course inspires and enables discovery and realisation of effective change toward carbon emissions downshift in a variety of organisational contexts. Susan has a massive impact on the field, both within New Zealand and internationally, as proven by her recent recruitment at Heriot-Watt University in the United Kingdom to lead a major new research centre in energy transition engineering and deliver the course. The judges said, Susan is a massive contributor to engineering education. This is just a snapshot of all the work she does. She's amazing.
Well done, Susan. Amazing work, and it's fantastic to see you celebrating your win at the University of Canterbury along with the Engineering New Zealand Canterbury branch. And we hope you're all watching and enjoying this ENVI Awards show wherever you are across Aotearoa. Let's find out together what the next category is.
Engineering Innovation Award. We've all encountered things in life that make us wonder, isn't there a better way to do this? But it's the engineers among us who don't just carry on with their day. They keep thinking about it, wondering how could it be better? What could I change to improve this? And so the mahi begins to take an old story and tell it in a new and improved way. And so, for the ENVI's Engineering Innovation Award, we're looking for a breathtakingly clever engineering project or product that has solved an age-old problem or shifted from the always done this way mentality.
Kia ora koutou. My name is Lee McKenzie and I'm the Future Transport Manager here at Waka Kotahi, New Zealand Transport Agency. Waka Kotahi is proud to be sponsoring the Engineering Innovation Award. Clever engineering solutions help Waka Kotahi maintain and evolve our transport system to be more resilient to change. The outside-the-box thinking presented in this category is integral to combating the challenges we're facing through climate change and our unique geographical qualities. It is this creative thinking that has allowed Waka Kotahi to protect the transport network through key projects such as the rebuild of State Highway 1 to Kaikoura by developing solutions that build robustness into the network, reducing the likelihood of road or rail closure. And now, here are the ENVI Awards 2021 nominees for the Waka Kotahi Engineering Innovation Award.
Resilient slip friction joint. Tectonus. We can't prevent earthquakes from occurring, but we can build to avoid their destructive impacts. The resilient slip friction joint is an innovative seismic damper with an additive self-centering capability that recenters buildings during earthquakes and aftershocks. Not only does it improve building resilience, but it also significantly reduces business disruption and evacuation times. Trentham to Upper Hutt double tracking. Kiwi Rail, Downer and Oricon. Trentham to Upper Hutt was a visionary project where Kiwi Rail boldly attempted the first completely paperless building information modelling project of its scale. The real innovation came with the digital delivery and the commitment to working together in the use of digital engineering, resulting in huge benefits. Asset Assessment and Intervention Framework. Christchurch City Council. Now more than ever, we need better and more robust asset management processes that decision makers understand and trust to ensure funding goes to the right projects at the right time. The Asset Assessment and Intervention Framework enables concise communication of complex data analysis to stakeholders and has the potential to set a new benchmark in infrastructure asset management for local authorities across New Zealand. Westport Water Pipeline Tunnel Project. Hadley and Brunton and Davis Ogilvie, Aoraki. Through clever design, innovation and creativity, this project brought back 100-year-old critical water supply infrastructure that the people of Westport had built, maintained and relied on for generations. The project required innovations in drilling, thrusting and bespoke design, previously considered impossible.
This is exciting as we see all you finalists ready and waiting to find out who is taking home the award. So let's get on with it. The winner of the Engineering Innovation Award is Trentham to Upper Hutt double tracking, Kiwi Rail, Downer and Oricon.
Trentham to Upper Hutt double tracking, Kiwi Rail, Downer and Oricon. Trentham to Upper Hutt involved double tracking of 2.7 kilometres of the Hutt Valley line between Trentham and Upper Hutt stations, enabling trains to travel in both directions simultaneously and delivering more frequent and reliable services. Delivered under a collaborative early contractor involvement model, Kiwi Rail were intentional in achieving a new way of working that aligns with the values of the Construction Sector Accord. The extent of digital technology used was beyond what's ever been done in New Zealand and Australia. The judges said, the project was completed without a single drawing being done, completely digital. It has the potential to change the way future projects are delivered. It's a game changer, which has set the standard for future projects.
Well done to all the teams involved in that amazing use of digital technology. And to everyone who's watching the show, please keep sharing your social media posts and comments on the finalists and winners using the hashtag ENVI Awards. And now I'm excited to see what category is next on our screens.
Engineering Leadership Award. To lead is to be many things, such as brave, knowledgeable, and motivating. To be a great leader, you need to think beyond today, to tomorrow and the day after, so your story is heard loud and clear, now and forever. And so, for the ENVI's Engineering Leadership Award, we're looking for an engineer who gets things done, inspires others, and takes people with them to make an outstanding contribution to engineering in New Zealand.
Kia ora koutou katoa. My name is Rosalind Archer, the current President of Engineering New Zealand and Acting Deputy Dean at the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Auckland. The future of the New Zealand engineering profession relies on having outstanding people at the helm with the tenacity, determination and foresight to take people with them on their journey, who through their vision, commitment and influence are able to inspire others to deliver innovative and forward-thinking solutions to global societal challenges. All finalists this year have demonstrated not only impressive leadership skills within their organisations, but are also dedicated to the betterment of the industry to deliver exceptional outcomes to New Zealand communities. And now, here are the finalists for the ENVI Awards 2021 Engineering Leadership Award.
Glenn Cornelius, Harrison Grierson. Glenn's incredible leadership has seen the company through a period of massive change, significantly increasing its size and revenue, resulting in industry awards and high engagement levels from staff. Glenn has reshaped the 136-year-old company to better reflect the needs of its clients, employees and shareholders. Underpinning Glenn's leadership is a strong commitment to Harrison Grierson's staff, creating a people-first, united culture that ensures clients are understood. Jeanette Ward. Ably. Jeanette has a genuine passion for transport engineering and a strong drive to create more livable urban environments, which is evident in the way she leads people and projects. Jeanette is a technical leader in the field and is sought out by clients for a range of projects. She understands the community are ultimately the customers for transport projects and must be involved to ensure good outcomes. She is an outstanding mentor. Doug Johnson. Tonkin and Taylor. If you look at the impact Tonkin and Taylor has had on New Zealand's engineering story and the significant change it's driven, you'll find Doug's leadership, forethought, tenacity and determination is behind this success story. And his impact goes far beyond his firm. Industry peers describe him as an extraordinary leader who has dedicated his career to the betterment of the industry. David Lowe. Heb Construction. David has an ability to unlock the potential in people and has a passion for mentoring young engineers. He's positively impacted a whole generation of engineers, shaping successful futures and helping people advance through their careers. David is a great leader because he has people's interests at heart. He believes that unlocking an individual's potential creates a better person.
It's great to have all these inspirational leaders with us today. Congrats to you all for being finalists. So the winner of the Engineering Leadership Award is Doug Johnson.
Doug Johnson. Tonkin and Taylor. Doug was appointed Managing Director of Tonkin and Taylor in 2010, in the shadow of the global financial crisis. His leadership skills were tested from the get-go when the city of Christchurch was struck by a sequence of devastating earthquakes. During his leadership period, he supported Tonkin and Taylor, alongside industry partners, to play critical roles in many of New Zealand's most significant infrastructure projects. As a well-known champion of diversity, Doug was a founding signatory of the Diversity Agenda Accord and has tirelessly led by example in encouraging a diverse and inclusive environment, both within Tonkin and Taylor and right across the sector. The judges said, "There's a very positive culture at Tonkin and Taylor which comes from the top." Doug is a visionary leader who has significantly contributed to promoting excellence within the engineering profession.
Well done, Doug. What an inspiration you are to the engineering profession. And now we go from individuals to very much a group effort with our next category.
Engineering Partnership Award. Sometimes the best stories are those told together, especially when it involves working as one for the greater good. And so, for the ENVI's Engineering Partnership Award, we're looking for an innovative collaboration that results in a better project outcome or has a significant positive impact to an ethnic group, workforce, customers, community, or the environment.
Kia ora koutou katoa. I'm Eleanor Laban, Sector Programs Manager at Te Ao Rangahau. Our team develops and delivers projects collaboratively with government regulators and engineers. We partner with ENVI, Waka Kotahi and many of our engineering technical societies. Through collaboration, we design solutions for the betterment of the engineering profession and New Zealanders. Think regulation, recommended practice and resilience. And now, here are the finalists for the Engineering Partnership Award.
Trentham to Upper Hutt double tracking. KiwiRail, Downer and Oricon. KiwiRail sought to use innovation to ensure the right people were brought together. Delivered under a collaborative early contractor involvement model, Trentham to Upper Hutt demonstrates a bold new way of working with industry. America's Cup 36 base infrastructure. Wynyard Edge Alliance, comprising ENVI, Auckland Council, Downer, McConnell Dowell, Becker and Tonkin and Taylor. The America's Cup 36 base infrastructure is an outstanding project that faced exceptional challenges regarding technical, stakeholder management, time frame and delivery requirements. There was no shifting the event dates. It was a hard delivery that achieved amazing results. The project was delivered on time, under budget and with zero harm to people or the environment. The West Coast Network Outcomes Contract. Fulton Hogan and Waka Kotahi. The West Coast Network Outcomes Contract is New Zealand's longest and arguably most challenging, traversing 878 kilometres of highway, from Haast Pass in the south to Mokihinui in the north. The isolated nature of the West Coast meant partnerships were key. Collaboration, innovation, dedication, improvement of management systems, development of staff through training, enhancing customer and stakeholder information and contribution to the community has seen this project excel. Strategic Maintenance Investment Model Project. Infrastructure Decision Support and Waka Kotahi. This project was an exceptional visionary challenge, bringing together key players to answer the biggest question in managing our network. How much investment is needed to maintain our 11,093 kilometres of state highway network over the next 3 years and beyond? The size and complexity of the project created significant challenges, which meant taking a wider visionary approach to project management and drawing on expertise and skills from across the industry.
It's great to see so many groups together for this award. Good luck to you all. And so, the winner of the Engineering Partnership Award is the West Coast Network Outcomes Contract, Fulton Hogan and Waka Kotahi.
The West Coast Network Outcomes Contract, Fulton Hogan and Waka Kotahi. From storms, flood damage, and the varied expectations of local stakeholders, through to major damage causing destruction to bridges and infrastructure, this contract has it all. The relentless commitment day after day to deliver outstanding service on a long-term basis has seen this Network Outcomes contract establish benchmarks in performance that's underpinned by great teaming and partnerships. The judges said, the relationships between all of the partners made this entry stand out. They're not just achieving outcomes, they're achieving great outcomes.
Fantastic to see the West Coast viewing party celebrating the win, along with the Engineering New Zealand West Coast branch. And we hope everyone else across the motu has been enjoying today's show. It's been great to see and hear all of the stories of how engineers are bringing engineering to life in such cool and varied ways. And ka pai to all the firms who have hosted staff viewing parties. They really have brought us all together to enjoy and celebrate not only the individuals and projects highlighted today, but also everyone who works within the engineering profession here in Aotearoa. I know the Te Ao Rangahau team were contacted from engineering membership organisations from as far afield as Canada to say they'll be tuning in to see what we're doing. So a big mahi to anyone else who might not be in New Zealand who is also watching today. So all the finalists should be very proud of their achievements as you are representing our profession to the world. And remember, wherever you are and whether you're watching this live or delayed, please do keep sharing your photos and comments online using the hashtag ENVI Awards. And as we'd love to see where you're enjoying the show and your thoughts on the finalists and winners. And so, as the show draws to a close, by my reckoning, I think we've got one very important award to go.
ENVI's Supreme Award. To be the best of the best isn't easy, especially when you're surrounded by greatness. But as we bring tonight's storytelling to an end, that's exactly the accolade we're about to give. For the ENVI Supreme Award, we're looking for an organisation, product or project award winner which has clearly demonstrated vision, brilliance and technical complexity. And so, the finalists are Life in Plastic, It's Fantastic, 3D printed anatomical models. Oricon, for their journey towards diversity. The National Climate Change Risk Assessment. Professor Susan Crumdyke, for her work in energy transition engineering. Trentham to Upper Hutt double tracking. The West Coast Network Outcomes Contract.
Tonkin and Taylor are proud to continue to support the ENVI Awards in 2021. I believe that as engineers, we have an opportunity to make a difference and a real positive impact on the communities within which we work, live and play. But that's enough from me. Let's hear from the next generation of ENVI nominees.
What gets me up in the morning is knowing that I get to work and I know that I can make a difference. It's important to me that we provide engineering solutions to communities, but also it's really important to show the younger generation that a woman of color can also be an engineer.
One of the things I'm really passionate about and proud to be able to work on is providing solutions to people in their everyday life. I get to bring technical expertise to problems that people don't even realise are a problem until clean water doesn't come out of the tap. I get to be part of big holistic projects that make differences to communities.
Tonkin and Taylor is proud to be part of tonight's celebrations and congratulations to all involved. But now, let's find out who is the ENVI Awards 2021 Supreme Awards winner.
Okay everyone, we've reached the big one, and thanks all of you for joining us from your viewing venues. Also interesting, the little guest that looks like Auckland University have brought. Is that a hedge that you're holding in your hands there? I can't tell. Today we've heard incredible engineering stories, but only one can be crowned the supreme winner, so good luck to you all. The winner of the ENVI's 2021 Supreme Award is the National Climate Change Risk Assessment, a consortium of AECOM, Tonkin & Taylor, NIWA, Latitude, Victoria University of Wellington, Lincoln University and several independent consultants.
Supreme Award winner. The National Climate Change Risk Assessment, a consortium of AECOM, Tonkin & Taylor, NIWA, Latitude, Victoria University of Wellington, Lincoln University and several independent consultants. The climate is changing, and in New Zealand we're already experiencing the effects. So, this year's Supreme Award goes to the National Climate Change Risk Assessment for the enormous and lasting impact it'll have on Aotearoa. Because of this project, our decision makers have the best available evidence and assessment for a planned approach to climate change, and it's a standout example of how engineering can help solve the biggest problems society faces. The project was driven by credible science and engineering and involved experts from multiple disciplines, multiple locations, national and regional coordination, and world-class research. It will be influential in informing and driving New Zealand's response to climate change, and how well we respond will determine if we thrive as a country. And the National Climate Change Risk Assessment deserves to be recognised. Richard Templer, Chief Executive of Engineering New Zealand and a member of the judging panel, said, "I'm delighted that the Supreme winner is a project that is tackling one of the most significant challenges humankind faces, and that the project team have embraced seeking solutions, inclusiveness, te ao Māori and partnership to deliver a great result." The judges said, "We felt the sheer impact that this will have on New Zealanders' lives over the long term cannot be overlooked. The need for this work was obvious, and the vision clear."
Congratulations and a big mihi to the National Climate Change Risk Assessment Extended team for taking home the Supreme Award, and a massive well done to all our finalists and winners tonight. It's been a pleasure to bring you the Engineering New Zealand ENVI Awards for 2021. I want to thank Kio, our production partner, for their mahi behind the camera, and the team within Te Ao Rangaho who have worked hard to bring you today's show. A huge thank you to all our judges who gave so much of their time to assess all the entries and make the hard choices among so many outstanding projects, people and initiatives. And thanks to everyone who submitted an entry to these awards. We know they take a lot of time and energy, but it's the tough competition that makes the ENVIs the prestigious awards they are today. And finally, we'd like to thank all our sponsors. Without their support, the ENVIs wouldn't be possible. Maz, HEB, Wakakotahi, Tonkin & Taylor, the Wonder Project and the Diversity Agenda. Also thanks to our supporters, Callaghan Innovation and Lighthouse Finance. I've had great fun bringing you the winners, and please continue to share the images from your viewing parties on social media using the hashtag ENVI Awards. We'll see you in 2023. Kia pai tō pō, mā te wā.
We may be a small nation by population, but as we've just seen, we have world leaders here pushing our profession forward. And you all play a part in the engineering stories being told today and the stories yet to be written. So here's to you, the engineers across Aotearoa. Thank you for all you do. Keep being brave. Keep pushing those boundaries, and keep on sharing your stories, because everyone deserves to hear them.